Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
That breaking news takes us to Durham this morning. Police are investigating a shooting at an apartment complex. What we're hearing from neighbors about the violence in this area.
And the first day of the State Fair looks gorgeous. Lots of sunshine, comfortable temperatures. I'll let you know how the rain could affect the State Fair on Sunday.
Opening day. The State Fair gets started in just a few hours. What you need to know if you're headed to the fairgrounds for all the fun. Good morning, everyone. It's 6 o'clock. Great to have you with us. There's no time like State Fair time.
Yes.
I love this year's theme. And this is a time to get you up to speed on what you need to know. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Laura Levine. Yes, certainly something in the air. Meanwhile, we are following several breaking news stories as well, again, as the start of the fair. So let's get right over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. We do have team coverage as well with Monica Casey on standby. Elizabeth.
Yeah, we're going to start here with a live look at Dorton Arena. And of course, what a beautiful day we're going to have for the opening of the fair. We take a look at downtown Raleigh. Our skies are clear right now. Temperatures are comfortable. It's 53 degrees in the Triangle and 51 is our dew point, which just means that it's not going to feel humid at all. Our cool spot is 46 in Roxborough, but most of the temperatures this morning are in the low to mid 50s, very similar to what we saw yesterday. But the afternoon will be a little cooler. We've had a cold front come through, so the cooler air will be seeping in today from the north. Mid 60s at lunchtime, and we'll see a high of 70 degrees for this afternoon. We've been talking about the chance of some rain on Sunday for the last several days. We are definitely dry today, tomorrow, and Saturday, with a warm up over the weekend. It does look like we could see some rain late Sunday. I'll let you know if it would affect your trip to the fair. Coming up, Ken.
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. Let's get you outside that southern loop of the Beltline, I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Boy, traffic flowing nicely in all directions at that southern loop. Let's take you over to the West Raleigh area, I-40 and Wade Avenue. Similarly, those are the lanes heading away from us coming into the capital city. So this is really what we're seeing in all of our major routes heading into Wade County and Raleigh this morning. Delay-free everywhere you look. So wherever you're headed on the major routes, you will get to your destination on time. You're getting ready to head out the door, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Breaking news. Durham police are investigating a shooting this morning at the Oxford Manor Apartments. Allie Cadlabar is at the Durham Police Department this morning. Allie, that was the 5th shooting that we've covered at Oxford Manor in recent months, and neighbors say they are frustrated.
Renee, that shooting scene cleared about 30 minutes ago, and now we know that Durham police are sorting through that evidence, trying to figure out what happened. Now, when we were there earlier, we did speak with neighbors, and they told me that it's common for them to wake up to the sound of gunfire. Just in 2025, 2 children, 3 juveniles, and 2 men have been shot in that area. Now, another shooting. Taking you to that scene earlier this morning. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker. We know officers got there around 1 a.m. We're still working to find out what happened, but we did see them investigate and gather evidence at a window that had about 4 bullet holes. We also saw an evidence marker on the ground. Police were there gathering evidence and sorting through, trying to figure out what happened for more than 4 hours. We're working to learn more about this shooting. We're going to keep you updated. Reporting live in Durham, Allie Cadlabar, WRAL News.
And with that in mind, we know that Durham and City Council leaders are meeting today, expecting to talk about a recent crime wave. Mayor Leah Williams says the plan to discuss how they're bringing in more partners to address crime. WRAL has previously reported about concerns among East Durham residents. They say they have experienced as many as 7 shootings in the last 7 weeks. Earlier this week, they went before the City Council and played audio recordings of gunfire in the neighborhood.
New this morning, a person is out of their home after a fire in Cary. The WRAL breaking news tracker was there as dozens of firefighters responded to a home on Schatz Court in the Stonehaven neighborhood. This was around 3 in the morning. The fire department says crews were able to contain the fire to the basement. No one was hurt. Investigators are working to find out what caused the fire. 3 people are hurt after an early morning crash in Garner. The WRAL breaking news tracker was on scene on US 70 near Benson Road just after 1 a.m. Police tell us a car crashed into a guardrail in a construction zone. The car has quite a bit of damage to the front end. We're trying to find out how significantly the people in the car were hurt.
It's finally here. Today is Fair Day. We are just less than 6 hours away from the opening of the fair in Raleigh. WRAL's Monica Casey is live at the fairground for us this morning. And Monica, one of the big things that people are going to be really dealing with today, of course, is the traffic.
Good morning. It is an exciting day here, but you're right. All eyes are on the roads right now after some major traffic issues in this area earlier this week. Now, when it comes to the fair itself, the director tells us they can handle huge numbers of people here because this event has turnover throughout the day rather than like a concert where everyone is trying to get there at the same time. However, Billie Eilish now has a two-day event over at the Lenovo Center today and tomorrow, and that's causing some concerns.
When a second large event is in the area, sharing the roads, sharing the parking, it certainly impacts the experience for everyone's customers.
On Tuesday night, people who tried to get into Chris Brown's concert at Carter Finley never made it, and traffic for events could get even heavier in the years to come because of planned expansion around the Lenovo Center. Fair officials say this will be a better experience for you if you plan ahead, including trying to come here on maybe a weekday instead of a weekend. Live in Raleigh, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
And today is Wolfpack Day at the fair. NC State students get in for just $8. All you need is your student ID at the gate. And you can visit WRAL while you're at the fair. We're in our usual spot right next to Dorton Arena. Dan Haggerty and Ashley Rowe will start things off for us today at 2 p.m. You'll find a comprehensive guide to the State Fair on WRAL.com.
The Wake County Fire Marshal is investigating a fire at an empty house with a complicated history. This is what Sky 5 captured over the scene yesterday on Banks Road. The homeowner is listed as 43-year-old Aaron Duell. He's currently in jail on several charges, including possession of a weapon of mass destruction. Neighbors tell WRAL several people live in what they call an encampment behind the property. Due to the history with law enforcement at that home, dispatch warned firefighters to be careful.
Either two's on scene. They got a two-story residential structure. It's going to be a working fire.
Please stage for safety. We do have a pad hazard here. The person who lives here is known to be violent, and this is also known as a drug house.
The Wake County Fire Marshal remained on scene for around 6 hours. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
We are entering day 16 of a government shutdown with no apparent end in sight. And the Treasury Secretary is now saying the impacts are being felt in the economy, costing the U.S. about $15 billion per week. Another attempt at passing a stopgap spending bill failed in the Senate last night. 3 Democrats joined Republicans in supporting the bill, but it was not enough to reach the 60-vote threshold. Some lawmakers say this is shaping up to be the longest shutdown in history.
And Laura, as the government shutdown stretches on, another round of nationwide protests are set for this weekend, including several in our viewing area. You may remember back in June, more than 5 million people across the country took part in the No Kings demonstrations. This Saturday, more than 300 of these protests are planned. The group says this will be a nonviolent day of action to, quote, defend democratic norms and reject authoritarianism, end quote. Around 15 demonstrations are planned for our viewing area. You can find that list on WRAL.com. And just days before those scheduled protests, former Vice President Kamala Harris made a stop in the Triangle as part of her nationwide book tour. She was at the DPAC last night. Some people we spoke with say they were there as a show of support for the No Kings movement.
It's a reason for all of us to continue to get up every day and just feel like we can do some small thing to make a difference. For us, it's coming here to get re-energized, to get inspiration, and we're going to take that back to Winston-Salem and be just as excited and happy, and hopefully everybody around us, and that'll grow. So I think for us, that's the biggest protest against a king.
Harris spoke about her new book during the event. It dives into her run for president last year.
I-40 is back open this morning after a crash created a major backup late last night. This is what the westbound lanes looked like near Airport Boulevard. At one point, all 4 lanes were blocked off. Traffic was backed up about a mile to Aviation Parkway. Traffic started moving once again around 11 p.m. and the roads were completely cleared by 11:30. Now, we have reached out to Highway Patrol to find out what led up to that crash and if there were any injuries. And 2 cars had to be towed away after a car crash near Centennial Parkway. You can see the airbags deployed in this crash. It did not appear that the injuries were serious.
Happening today, the UNC Board of Governors will talk about how to help UNC Asheville after Helene. The board is expected to discuss $2.5 million in aid for the university. Part of that money would go toward fixing damages from Helene, as well as preparing for future disasters. That meeting is set for later this morning in Raleigh.
We have more news to come here. Searching for a suspect. Durham police are looking for the person responsible for a shooting at a bus stop that killed a man. The tragedy just 2 months after the victim's brother was killed in another shooting.
Stealing electricity. A Wake County man is accused of stealing more than $500,000 worth of power. The scheme investigators say he plotted against Duke Energy.
And it's a nice start to the morning. Our skies are clear. Temperatures are comfortable. 54 in Wilson, 53 in Durham, 54 in Fayetteville. We'll talk about why temperatures could be a lot colder tomorrow morning.
And here's a look at the winning Powerball numbers: 10, 13, 28, 34, 47. The Powerball is 15 and the multiplier is 3.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13 live. Look at the state fair out there this morning. Boy, it's going to be a beautiful start to the fair. But, you know, kids still have to go to school this morning. Our temperature likely to be in the low to mid 50s as everybody's headed out the door. But a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. When the state fair opens, we're going to see temperatures most likely in the mid 60s. We'll climb up to around 70 degrees this afternoon. We'll take a look at some of the temperatures across our area for the afternoon. And again, looking at just a very pleasant day. A little bit cooler than yesterday. We were mid to upper 70s today, looking at low 70s. 71 in Durham, 73 in Fayetteville, and 68 for the high up around Roxborough. For this afternoon, looking at 70 degrees, so feeling comfortable. We're going to see beautiful conditions, and that lasts all the way through Sunday. But Sunday evening, we could see some showers. I'll walk you through that coming up. Ken?
Smith, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. And if you're trying to get an early start to the state fair today, it opens at noon. I'll be keeping an eye on the traffic situation around the fairgrounds. So Hillsborough Street, Blue Ridge, and of course, here's a live look at I-40 and Trinity Road that runs right next to the fairgrounds. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated all morning long if you're headed out there. But right now, we got one incident to report, but not causing any major issues to report. But all the major routes relatively delay-free at this hour.
Ken, thank you. As Durham City and county officials prepare to talk about crime today, police are looking for a suspect in another deadly shooting. This happened yesterday at a bus stop on North Miami Boulevard. The victim was identified as Abdul Jalil Burnett. We spoke with his family. They told us they just buried his brother, who was shot and killed in August.
Ain't nothing we can do. Ain't nothing we can bring him back. I wish I could bring both of them back. I can't. Still can't. It's a hard thing to go through.
Durham police arrested a 17-year-old in that August shooting.
Investigators in Tennessee are making progress as they comb through some of the rubble here from that deadly explosion last week. 14 of the 16 people killed at a munitions plant have now been identified. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what caused the blast. And they say they'll leave no stone unturned in their effort to get closure for the families.
Any inclination that we have of something that may be evidentiary is being put where it needs to be put. It's being looked at. Anything that we feel, any stitch of information, any inclination that there's information, we're tracking it. We're putting people on it.
Authorities say it may take months to recover all of the evidence from that blast.
A federal grand jury has indicted the man accused of causing one of the deadliest wildfires in California's history. Jonathan Rinderknecht is charged in connection with the Palisades fire that swept through parts of Southern California back in January. Prosecutors say he started a fire on New Year's Day. It smoldered for days and then reignited. On January 7th, powerful winds helped to spread it quickly. 12 people died and more than 23,000 acres were burned.
A man is behind bars in Wake County accused of stealing nearly $500,000 worth of electricity from Duke Energy. Police say Raphael Williams is also accused of stealing names and credit card information and supplying power to multiple different addresses. Williams will remain in jail on a $2 million bond. He has asked for a reduced bond, saying that he's in college, but the judge denied that request.
Destiny Patterson here in the WRAL Live Center. We now know the cause of death for Diane Keaton. She died over the weekend. Her family reveals that she died of pneumonia, and they're now asking for donations to local food banks and animal shelters, as those were things that she loved. This is a statement from her family to People magazine. It says the Keaton family are very grateful for the extraordinary messages of love and support they have received these past few days on behalf of their beloved Diane, who passed away from pneumonia on October 11th.
Destiny, thank you. Kids at Duke Children's Hospital are getting into the Halloween spirit a little early. This is video sent to us by Duke Health. Kids got to pick out and try on costumes and create crafts thanks to Spirit Halloween. Those pop-up stores raise money through their Spirit of Children program to support children and families at hospitals across the country. We love that. And with spooky season here, the fall weather cooperating as well. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner tracking the cooler temps for us today. Elizabeth.
Yeah, so many fun things happening this time of year, including nice weather. It's a comfortable 53 as you're headed out around the Triangle. And of course, this is a live look at Dorton Arena. Can't wait till the sun comes up. We're going to see the fair all ready to go. It's going to feel great out there this afternoon. We'll see a high of 70, but temperatures are really going to take a plunge overnight. We're going to check on that in just a second. But 68 on Friday, so sweater weather is here. But then we see a big bump up in our temperatures on Saturday and Sunday, and ending Sunday with a chance of a few showers. We're going to talk more about that timeline in just a second. Tomorrow morning, we could drop as low as 39 in Roxborough, low 40s in the Triangle, and mid 40s down to the south. We take a look at our football forecast for Saturday. Georgia Tech takes on Duke at noon on Saturday. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s at that point, climbing into the mid 70s. It really couldn't be a nicer day to be outside on Saturday. So hopefully football, fair, whatever you're doing, you can get outside. Right now we have winds coming out of the north behind yesterday's front. Our next weather maker back to our west as it gets closer to us is going to push in some warmth. So it warms up for us a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. A few isolated to scattered showers overnight on Sunday night. The big question is, how early is that going to start? And this version of Futurecast, the latest run, is a little bit faster than yesterday. This is Sunday at 10 a.m., so you're all good until potentially around 4 or 5 o'clock. Now, this is a different scenario from what we saw yesterday. It's moving a little faster. So if you are planning to be outside Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, keep checking back because this timeline might change a little more. It may slow down. It may speed up. Right now, it looks like the rain will be out of here before the morning commute on Monday. So we do have that small chance late in the day, Sunday and Sunday night. The amount of rain that we'll see is probably going to be minimal, 1/4 inch to 1/10 of an inch. There may be folks who don't even see any at all. But other than that, it looks great for being outside. Most of the day Sunday stays dry. It's just going to be maybe evening showers that we'll see. It's going to be a warm one on Sunday at 80 and more beautiful fair weather in our forecast for much of next week. Ken?
Well, it's been happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. A couple incidents I want to bring your attention to here in Wake County. Let's start with this crash on Hodge Road in the southbound lane near I-87 southbound. We're not seeing any delays in the area, but if Hodge Road is part of your morning commute, just watch for some police activity in that area. Similarly, here on this crash on Capitol Boulevard near the Lewisburg Road interchange. This is just south of Many City, just before you get over the hill. Again, we're not seeing any delays in this particular area, but I'll keep an eye on it and let you know if it's going to continue to affect your morning commute. I want to leave you with I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road right now. This is really indicative of all our major routes heading into the capital city at this hour.
Ken, thank you. Protecting your privacy. 5 on Your Side explains the hidden cost of some grocery loyalty programs, what they could mean for your personal information.
And raising awareness how women are coming together and finding strength as they share experiences of infant and pregnancy loss. As many as 1 in 5 pregnancies in the U.S. ends in miscarriage. October is a time to recognize those personal, painful losses as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. The nonprofit Postpartum Support International wants to let women going through losses know they are not alone. It recognizes the grief and depression that can come after losing a pregnancy. The group offers free counseling and support groups nationwide.
You are not alone. There's as a mom who has suffered 3 losses myself. I remember feeling like I didn't have the space or the right to grieve. I didn't know who to talk to because most people don't talk about this issue. There are resources there that we have trained counselors that are able to talk with you.
And to access their services, you can go to postpartum.net and click Get Help.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Well, some different ways to get into the holiday spirit for different holidays.
It is that season. Ken Smith is here now with What's Trending. Ken.
Renee and Laura, let's start with a movie that's all the rage right now, a sing-along version of the hit movie K-pop Demon Hunters, hitting theaters just in time for Halloween. The animated film will be returning for a limited theater run from October 31st to November 3rd.
So much fun. I know Renee's going to be there singing along.
Yeah, my daughter and I took my daughter and her 3 friends to the sing-along back in August. That was one weekend only. And yeah, that was super fun. The songs are catchy. They're such earworms. And they're, topping the Billboard charts.
I love it. So if you're looking for something a bit more traditional to spruce up your holidays, how about country star Brad Paisley's latest holiday album set to drop November 7th? It's titled Snow Globe Town. The album will include 16 tracks, 8 original songs, and other holiday favorites as well.
Yeah, he has already released a new song from the record called Leave the Christmas Lights On. This will be his 2nd Christmas album.
Love Christmas albums and hearing the artists, their take on, different classics.
Big fan.
That'll be
so
good.
good.
People in North Carolina are having some Halloween fun at the expense of Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. Craig Chapello from Greensboro created this skeleton version of the UNC head coach and his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson. You can see she has her arms around him. He's wearing his signature hoodie. He's got the clipboard and the headset.
Oh my goodness. Then there is this one in Charlotte. The homeowner recreated several now infamous scenes, including the mermaid and fisherman beach scene and the CBS Morning interview debacle, as well as the yoga pose scene around the world. I mean, so creative.
Yeah. Everyone sees that. They know exactly who they're spoofing there.
Exactly.
6:27 now. Police on scene. Officers investigating an early morning shooting in Durham. What we know about who was involved and the problems neighbors have dealt with in the recent past.
And opening day, we are hours away from the start of the state fair. What you need to know before you head to the fairgrounds, including what the weather will be like. Elizabeth.
Oh, and it's going to be great. This morning, our temperatures are nice and cool at the bus stop, close to 50 degrees. And then this afternoon, nice and cool as the kids are getting off the bus, almost 70. We do have a small chance for some rain late Sunday. We'll talk more about that coming up.